Hey, it's your Wisconsin wine guy. I am back again with another Wine Wednesday, and boy, do I have a treat for you. Let me say this. I do appreciate all those who watch my videos, especially the winemakers, wineries, marketing people, salespeople, because they send me wines to try. Some of the wines you can find in your store, and some of the wines you cannot either purchase online from the winery or from one of those online wine selling sites. So, which brings us to today. Now, today, this isn't a wine that you can find in your stores. You can purchase this wine online. This is going to be Iylia. Iylia is the name of the wine coming out of Spain, Valencia, Spain. So we're doing the 2020 white blend. It's going to be a blend of Moscatel and Macebeo. I'll tell you more about that when we get to it. If they're not red, or rosé, I should say, it's going to be a 2020 Monestrell. And we'll learn more about that grape too as we go. So I took the liberty of chilling these, getting them open so we can just dive right into it. So while I'm pouring, let me tell you a little bit about Iylia. Iylia is a black woman-owned winery coming out of Valencia, Spain. Reached out to me and wanted me to try some of their wines. I said, great. I mean, never heard of them. This is fantastic, that the black people around the world are getting involved and getting noticed in the wine business. So I look forward to trying these wines. Did some research on their website. Discovered that they also produce a Chardonnay and a red wine, Monestrell. All right, there you have it. So let's talk about these wines a little bit. So they're both coming in at 12% alcohol. So Moscatel and Macebeo. Let's start first with the Macebeo grape. Now, if you recall from the tour through Spain tasting I did with Wine Insiders, the Macebeo grape is also called Viura. Remember that? Remember that whole thing, Viura, out of Rioja? So that grape is going to be also called Viura. A white grape. Giving citrus notes, kind of a green taste flavor profile to it. And now Moscatel. You hear that name, you immediately think Muscat, okay, or Moscato, all right? All part of the same lineage from the Muscat line of grapes. So the Moscatel, coming out of Spain, is going to produce a similar profile as Moscato, but this here is going to have a little difference to it, I presume. We're going to find out here shortly. Now the Monestrell is, if you're familiar with the wines from the Rhone Valley, the initials GSM. Does that ring a bell? Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. Mourvedre is the most important one we're talking about here because in Spain, that grape is called Monestrell. It can get so confusing, I know. Same grape all over the world, just like Syrah, Shiraz, right? Pinot Grigio, Pinot Gris, right? It can just be called so many different things all over the world. But just, learn the grapes from those areas. Once you get to know the grape, everything else begins to fall into place. So I have these poured already. So now, first things first, a rinse, because I'm tasting for acidity. I don't know the order what these are going to go in yet. I don't know if it's sweet or dry, but we're going to find out with the rinse. And because I know there's a line relationship with Moscato, maybe I shouldn't do that white first. So I'm going to start with the rosé, all right? Just in case. Here we go. The nose. Well, let's give you a color look. So when we talk about rosés, it can range and start from a lighter, even lighter pink, like 1, 2, 3 shades lighter than this rosé, or it can be 1, 2, 3 shades darker in a rosé and still be called a rosé. Now, depending on the grape. So this here, we're looking at one that's truly like that salmon flesh color, not the salmon dye peel flesh color, but the true wild salmon flesh color. You're going to get this right here. On the nose, oh, we get dark berries. Dark berries come in first, that first whiff, and then it rolls into, some raspberry and cranberry. Wow, nice nose. So now let's look at the white. The white, we have yellow with greenish hues here. That's part of that Viuro kicking in. But yellow with greenish hues, coming here, and the white on the nose. My God, if that doesn't smell like a Moscato, Oh, wow. So we're talking, you know, just ripe fruit, citrus. You know, making wines or sweeter wines in Portugal, fortified wines. So we're gonna taste because that knows. So we're gonna rinse with the rosé first and see what we get. Now what I'm looking for is acidity here. I got mouth watering, very subtle, but it's there. Okay, light, 12% alcohol. You know, but the taste itself is light on this rosé. But again, you know, decent acidity. You know, not killer, not crazy. You know, but just it's right there. Let's try the white. Let's see if my choice was correct to try the white after the rosé. Here we go. The rinse. And yes, indeed. Now, there's a lot more acidity here. Yes, indeed, it was to try this one first. That was just a rinse. So I think the acidity on the white is just wonderful. The acidity on the rosé is, you know, it's okay. You know, it makes you feel like you're drinking something other than water, you know, but it's very light, very elegant. We would call this elegant, all right? But the acidity coming from the white, it's very nice. And it was good to go in that order. Otherwise, that would have killed the rosé because the rosé is so delicate, all right? Now for the taste. Nose it again. Again, this is so light. Now, because I had this white, it's only fair I rinse and then do another rinse and then do a taste of the rosé. Because that rosé is so light as far as the flavor profile versus coming from the white. That white is just like full of flavor. Okay. Now here's the things with rosés. Rosés to me are either going to be on this side, they're going to be light, elegant, just refreshing, crisp, almost drinking like a white wine. Or they can go this way, where there be an abundance of flavor, but still light and elegant. This rosé here falls on that side, on the left side, my left side, that is going to be, you know, light, refreshing, elegant, but drinking almost like a white wine. That's what you're going to get here. You know, so again, very light, but there's not a lot of flavor here. I mean, it's a good everyday sipping wine or drinking wine. If you want to drink something that's, you know, not going to be too heavy, but it's going to be pleasant. It's going to be versatile with certain foods, light snacks. That's where this falls into. Let's give it one more taste here. All right. Very light. Now for the blend, Moscatel, Macebeo blend. Oh my gosh, that smells so much like a Moscato. Wow. But I'm going to give you more of the details and why I went this way. So, when you're drinking this wine, if you've had Moscato, you're immediately going to smell it. You're immediately going to taste it. But here's the catch. This is going to be dry. Now, I've had dry Moscatelos before. Some of you may not have had dry Moscatelos, so I get it. And you may not get this, but the finish, I can still taste that long. Again, the citrus, the stone fruit, the honeysuckle flower, the kiss of honey. You get that, but it definitely has a nice dry feel, nice acidity. With food, this wine is probably going to explode with flavor. But let's give it one more taste. I can still taste this wine. It just totally took over this rosé. The rosé is non-existent now. So it's right for me to go in this order. Now, if I go back, you know what's going to happen. All right. Now, the moment of truth. We're going to do one last sip and then give you the infamous thumb rating. How will these wines rate? The 2020 Monestrell Rosé from Valencia, Spain, Iylia's debut into the wine world. The 2020 white blend Moscatel Macebeo, Iylia's debut. Here we go. One more sip. Well, okay, 2 sips of this one because we already know that's gonna kill it. Okay, as I said, you're looking for something that's not going to be overpowering, that's going to be simple, easy to drink. That's this rosé. For me, I like to have a little bit more flavor to my rosé. I mean, it's bordering being like a white wine, but because it's coming from the Monestrell grape, I expect a little bit more as far as flavor goes, but that's just me. But it's very light, it is elegant, it is pleasant, it is easy to drink. But for me, it's gonna go in between 3/4 and halfway. So right in between, okay? I can't cancel it out, but I can't say that, hey, I would bring this wine home. But if I had this at a party, I would drink it. You know, if I had like a hard drinking night of wine, red wine, you know, the night before, I would definitely, you know, drink that wine. Something that's unassuming, something that's easy, that's simple, that's going to go well with my light appetizers at the party, right? So that'd be that one. Or even just everyday light drinking. Great for the summertime for sure. Maybe even fantastic in the winter. All right, so that's the Monestrell Rosé. Right in the middle of 3/4 and halfway. For the blend, the white blend, that nose. The nose just immediately hits. Then you get that citrus notes or green notes in the background from the Viura. As I said, I've had dry Moscatelos before. I get it. I dig it. The flavor's all there, but it's dry. And I tell people all the time, my God, if you can find a dry Moscato, give it a try. It's gonna blow your mind. And have a Moscato right next to it. Now, don't go sweet to dry, but just have it right next to it so you can get an idea of the flavor profile that exists there. So I'm gonna give this a 3/4. 3/4 because I dig it, I get it, I would drink it. I love all that's happening in this glass. Again, very elegant, but very flavorful, very aromatic. You know, it totally lives up to these two particular grapes. So there you have it. 3/4 on the white blend, in between 1/2 and 3/4 on the rosé. So again, information on the Iylia Wines will be down below in the description. Go check out their website. If you buy some wines, you know, if you talk to somebody or email somebody, let them know Wisconsin wine guy said, hey, I can check you out. And there you have it. And as always, I want to say to you, let your palate be the guide when selecting your wines. I'll see you next time. Man, I'm really digging this white blend. Wow, nice.